G'day fellas and welcome back to another episode of Manor Lords. We are taking on the hardest difficulty once again. We have failed once before, but today we will be victorious. We've got 82 days until the raiders arrive, until they look to take us down. At the moment, I'll fill you in. If you don't want to go ahead and watch those previous videos, let's give you some context. We've built up a pretty little decent city at the moment. We've got plenty of burgage plots in here. Our population has started to grow because we've got a decent amount of approval. And now what we're looking for is trade. We have started to trade early on. I need some pole arms. So what we're going to do is look to form a militia. Really, really important for us to do that. That's going to allow us to defend ourselves against the raid. On top of that, the other thing that we're going to need to do is we're going to need to expand out our manor. We're going to need to throw down an outer tower. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. The question is going to be, where do we want to actually put it down? We need somewhere that's going to be defensive. We also need somewhere that is going to, where we're likely to be attacked from. And naturally, at the bottom here, we're all the way down in the south. So the likelihood is that the opponent or the raiders do spawn from the north and then come in to attack us. So I'm going to go ahead and put this defensive outpost right here, smack bang, inside our base. I'm thinking that we might even look to put it, we could put it right here, directly in front of our manor, and just try and lead the enemy up here. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to commit to that. I think that looks pretty decent. We can start to add in a little bit of a road. Actually, we might wait until it's up, but that'll take us some time to get up here, but I think we're going to be absolutely fine. In the meantime, we are going to continue purchasing more pole arms. At the moment, we've got our second pole arm that's come through, but we're going to need more pole arms. Ideally, I want to get up to about 13, 14 pole arms before our opponents, or before the raiders attack us. Now, this is an incredibly good spawn that we've managed to get here. Normally, whenever you're starting off on these hardest difficulty runs, the most important thing that you're going to need early on is going to be wild animals, and we've managed to roll a wild animal rich deposit, which is incredible. So very, very fortunate for us. Let's take a look at some of our other workers and see what they're up to. So at the moment, we have got one worker over here inside the logging camp. I don't think logging camp's really going to be that important at the moment. We've got 17 of it, so I'm going to go ahead and take our logging camp worker out. Who else have we got working? We've got somebody down here in the woodcutter's lodge. How are we doing on firewood? Well, I guess we probably need more firewood. We might as well just continue on with that. We've also got one person up here cutting up the stone, but I'm pretty sure that's the last of the stone. I don't think there's any more stone left up here, so we're going to go ahead and get rid of this stonecutter's camp because we don't need it anymore. There's no more stone in here. If we wanted to get more stone, we'd either have to trade it or we'd have to look to expand out into new territory. You can see over here we've got more stone to take, so that will be something for us to explore. In the meantime, though, I'm just going to go ahead and demolish this. It'll leave 2 supplies on the ground, including the stone. I don't actually know how to get those or bring them in. Actually, here's a question for you. If you know it, let me know. Where do I store my logs? Because on my logging camps, sometimes they get full, and I don't know where to store the logs because they don't go in the storehouse and they don't go in the granary, so I'm not too sure exactly where they go. But anyway, we'll worry about that another day. Let me know, though, in the comments, where are the rest of our people, though? Because apparently 7 of them have got jobs somewhere. So let's take a look and see whether we can find them. I know that 2 of them should be inside our manor. So they'll be inside here. 1 in the woodcutter, so that's 3. 4th one is going to be helping build, but I feel like I'm missing people again. This has happened to me before where I'm missing people. Oh, here they are. They're all down in the trading post, of course. That's where they are. Look at this. They're all hanging out in the trade post. How could I forget? So we got 3 people down here that are all helping out in the trade post. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to speed things up a little bit here because we've got another 78 days before the enemy arrives. At the moment, we've got 2 pole arms, which really isn't that good. We're going to... These are rookie numbers here, so I'm going to need to start a polearm militia. We're only at 2 out of 36 here. What can we possibly do to bump that number up? Yes, stone. I mean, we could establish a trade route, and then that's going to sell our stone very quickly. Maybe that's what we do. Let's put a hold off on buying those new polearms right now. So I'm just going to go no trade, and hopefully that's going to build up our regional wealth enough. So we're going to sell off very, very quickly. And then from there, we'll be able to establish the trade route. Let's have a look and see. So we're only just selling little bits by little bits at the moment. Once we establish that trade route, though, then we're going to be... So we're still only up to 9. You can see people are just coming in and just buying 1, 2, something like that. There's another 2 coming through right there. So we'll be able to establish a trade route for stone. And that should give us a decent amount of money. But one of the things that I don't like is that we're kind of throwing all of our money into it Oh, Jesus, we're not doing very well. We're not doing very hot at the moment, are we? Oh, I'm a little bit worried now. I'm definitely a little bit worried. Okay, that's going to be... Where is it? Where is it? So, if we want to establish a trade route, it's going to cost us 12. And we can very easily export. So we would... I hypothetically we would spend 12 and then we would make 92, which should be enough to defend us. So I think that that's fine. We're going to go ahead and do that. Even though we do still need stone down the line, we can always trade it back in. That's my thinking. As long as we're able to sell a little bit here. What have we got? New mercenary companies available. I'm not interested in mercenaries. I'm only interested in getting in. Well, please, just one more regional wealth. That's all we need. And then that trade route is going to start. And then, hopefully, oh my gosh, I'm actually starting to worry. There we go. Okay, trade route, let's go. Whew, I was getting scared there for a little bit. Okay, so establishing the trade route is going to guarantee that we've got somebody that is coming through and is going to be purchasing this stone. And I want to take this, and I'm going to put this down to 1. We want to export all of our stone except for 1. And now we can resume purchasing our pole arms. But I tell you what, I'm a little bit scared right now. Let's go ahead and import those pole arms. So, hopefully this trader that's coming through, is this going to be him right here? There you go. That's what we were looking for. Phew, oh, what a relief. I tell you what, that was a bit worrisome. We had, and there we go. We just bought some, look, things are looking up here in Eichenhau. Much better. I tell you what, it's feeling a little bit better now. All right, let's take a look at our army. We're going to remove it, and then we're going to re-add it. So we're up to 8 polearm militia now, which is a decent amount. Still not enough. Ideally, I want every single boy in this town to have himself a polearm to help defend. One of the things I'm going to be focusing on in this attack that is imminent is I'm going to be making sure that our polearm men are, unfortunately, the first in line to take the losses. We want to make sure that our retinue are the ones that are coming in from behind or coming in from the side. So that's what we're going to be looking to achieve here. On top of that, I want to try and clear this out. I just want to make sure that our enemy isn't going to have these defensive little woods in here. So I'm going to go ahead. Resources stolen by bandits. They've stolen my carrots, and they've stolen some fur. We've still got plenty of carrot, right? Yeah, we got 7 vegetables. Not bad. So let's go ahead and let's clear out this specific area right here, because this is where I feel like they're going to attack us from, right here. And I'm also going to put our woodcutter in the exact same area. Oh, I don't know if we... Yeah, let's go ahead and assign them both to the same area. We're just going to go right there. Is there anybody else that we could bring in? I mean, we could probably just take one of these traders and bring them over here. And I'm just going to try and cut this out. This is my thinking, right? I don't know if they get a defensive bonus inside the forest, but I feel like they probably would, right? Like, when you think about a forest, that's a pretty decent defensive mechanism that you've got. You can hide, you can conceal. So that might happen. But there are other bonuses or negative affects that will that you will experience here. As an example, we're fighting downhill. That's going to be good for us. It's going to be bad for the enemy. So that's another thing that we'll look to take advantage of. How are we doing on income? Regional wealth is pretty good. We're up to 28. I think we've sold most of our stone, so not too bad. We've still got 48 days to go. I'm so relieved. After establishing that trade route, I tell you what a great idea that was. We're looking very good right now. Look at that. Another 42 sold right there. That's a whole bunch of... I think this is it. Please tell me this is going to be our polearm salesman right here coming through. Yeah. See... This is where I'm starting to think, like, trade might actually be overpowered in this game, and I think they might need to change it up a little bit, just because when it comes to... Please tell me. Yeah, baby. All right, we're putting on a defense today. I tell you what, we're feeling very good. Let's add it in. How many have we got? 17 polearm militia. Whew. Now, there would be absolutely no way I could do this the good old-fashioned way. What do I mean by the good old-fashioned way? I mean... there would be no way for me to actually come in here and say, all right, well, I want polearm. So how am I going to do that? I'm going to go in here. We don't actually have backyard, so I can't show you. I'll be able to show you on the burgage plots. You know, I want polearms. So that means I'm going to have to come in and... wait, can we not even create polearms in here? Wow, that's actually wild. Where do you get polearms from? You can't make them in here. The reason why you go for polearms over anything else is because all of the other militias require like a secondary thing. Like you require a large shield, a small shield. You can technically make archers, but I feel like archer versus polearm probably not going to be that good unless the archers have got something in front of them. All right, well, I tell you what, I'm feeling much better now. We've got a decent amount of regional wealth here. How are we looking for food? We got 6 months supply. Let's check in on the storehouse and the granary. We've got nobody inside there at the moment. So I'm thinking, you know, maybe do we look to put somebody in there? Actually, let's check the stalls and see how we're doing here. Food stall. Plenty. Oh my lord, I've never seen that much food inside a food stall. Firewood stall, I've never seen that much firewood. Dude, what is going on? These stalls are absolutely cracked. Oh my lord, there's so much variety here. No wonder. Look at that, 69% approval rating. This is it. This is it. This is the run. This is the run that we make it all the way to November. We're in October. Oh, this isn't going to be... This is the run that we actually make it through to the end. I'm feeling this one. You know, this one is going to be it. So where do we go from here? I think we just continue holding out. Let's put ourselves a little bit of a road in as well. Just from along the front here. Just something nice like this. Let's connect it all in, because this is going to be where I'm hoping that our defense is going to be. Let's put in another little road like that. So that's how I'm thinking about it. So we've got this garrison tower here. So villagers will be able to garrison inside this and then fire arrows from inside out. I think that's how it works, or at least I hope that that's how it works. I may have put it around the wrong way. Well, you've committed to it now, Drongo, so you're just going to have to keep it there. All right, let's keep on moving on, though, because we're in a good little spot here. I'm very happy with this, and I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm raring. Let's take them out. Let's take them on. At the moment, one of the things that we have not got, we don't have any armor of the sorts. Now, when it comes to armor, I'm thinking about just doing an entire video on this, maybe once the game is released, because it's a little bit confusing. There's so many different levels to it, but at the moment, I don't even think our men could even use different armor. Or use armor, full stop. I think the best you might get is like maybe gambesons? Even then, I'm not even sure if they'd be able to wear it. I think it might just be gambesons. They might be able to wear. It's very, very specific about what you can have. So, you know, I'll just give you a brief rundown. So, plate armor can only be worn by the retinue. They're the only people that can wear it. Male armor can only be worn by level 3, or men from level 3 burgage plots. So we've only got level 1s and 2 level 2s down here with nothing inside them. So I think gambesons you can get away with. So we could look at bringing in some gambesons in for the next attack. That'll give us a little bit more of an oomph. But we are getting more wealth coming through at the moment. I'm loving these numbers, though. Everything is looking very, very solid here. We also got tools. I'm just going to get rid of the tools because I've spoken with one of the devs behind the scene, and they've said that at the moment, so the way that tools are meant to work, if you go and have a look at under help and you go and look at resources and you come down to tools, it doesn't say anything here, but they're meant to help with efficiency. If you don't have tools, your villagers will be 30% less efficient. And I think what that means is like there's a chance that when I'm gathering meat and I don't have a tool, that meat will spoil, or that meat won't be successfully caught, that sort of thing. So that's essentially it. But we might as well just go ahead and get rid of those tools. So I think that's under a commodity, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Oh, dude, these are... Wait, that's a major trade. We actually need to establish a trade route for it. Okay, I mean, we could do that, though. It's not terrible. What do we do? I think we just bought more polearms. We just bought 2 more polearms. Definitely welcome. Have a look at this. 19 polearm militia. Now, keep in mind, we've only got 23 men and boys that can actually use polearms. So we are pretty much at like 80% capacity for polearms, and we've still got 25 days to go. Not only that, we've still got 25 days to go, and they've still got to walk across. So I reckon we could get to 100% capacity on our men having polearms, our men and boys having polearms. I'm feeling good about this run. All right, so we're going to add in the second person onto the hunting camp. At the moment, we've got plenty of food, plenty of fuel. For some reason, the bandit camps are leaving us alone. They're not really hitting us that hard. We've got one in the storehouse, no one in the granary at the moment, no one in the tannery at the moment. Oh, we don't have any leather, though. Maybe that's a good idea. Let's take someone out of the hunting camp and put him in the tannery. Get ourselves a little bit of leather just before the battle is about to begin. We've got winter on the way. I tell you what, this is looking good. This is looking very, very good. We got vegetables as well here. How many veggies did we actually end up getting? A decent amount, like 24 veggies. That's not bad. And they also stole like 7. Are they just pulling in the last of the vegetables? Let's take a look and see. You can see these people have got 24 vegetables just chilling out in their pantry. Nice guys, nice work. All right, 11 days. I think that's probably going to be it with regard to our polearms. There's a part of me that was hoping, you know, if we'd set up that trade route a little bit earlier for the tools and we could have sold that off, that would have been it. But there's a part of me that thinks maybe trade is absolutely like, overpowered. Because what I'm thinking... Now, our land, we can't actually have... We can't grow a lot of things here, right? So if I want to plant wheat, I can't plant wheat. If I want to plant flax, I mean, I could technically plant it, but it doesn't really grow that effectively here. Rye is about the only thing that we could get away with in just a little patch up here where it's 3 pluses. So what that means is we're going to need to import our barley. And so we import the barley. Let's speed it up here. We import the barley. We turn the barley into malt through our industry. And then we put the malt into ale. And we give the ale to our people. But I'm thinking a little bit ahead. And I'm like, okay, what? Hold on a minute. What if we import our barley at $2 each, 2 cents each, 2 shillings each? Let's call it a shilling. All right, 2 shillings each. Okay, and then we're going to convert that into... Where are we? Food? I don't think it's under food. Crops. And then the crops go into materials? Yeah, into materials. And then that goes into malt. So a barley becomes a malt, which is now 4. And then the malt then becomes a commodity, which is ale, which is 8. And then we just sell the ale. Right? Like, it would just be a whole bunch... Like, we would just become these alcoholic... Not alcohol. We would be bootleggers, basically. And we would just be providing alcohol to the world. And we could make a lot of money just doing that and just becoming an alcohol... Oh. Enemy unit has been spotted in Zwanau, which I think is one of the southern... it's one of the southern... Yeah, it's over here. All right, where's the enemy units? There's the bandit camp. There they are. Okay, so we were kind of right with roughly where the direction is going to be. So it looks like if they attack into our city as the crow flies... We should be able to pick them up here with this tower. So we should be fine from that perspective. That'll provide us decent cover fire for this attack. I'm going to go ahead right now. And I'm thinking... We've still got a little bit of time. I got a little bit of regional wealth in here. A little bit more regional wealth. Don't mind if I do. Do we get our guys out right now? And do we start screaming and yelling? I feel like we probably do. We fight for honor, ladies and gentlemen. Do we have any more polearms? We don't have any more polearms. So I'm just going to leave our polearm trade here. I don't think we're going to need any more polearms for the moment. So let's go ahead and let's stop trading in polearms. Thank you very much. You've been wonderful, our trader. And now let's think about getting our army out. So I'm going to open up our army tab down the bottom here. We're going to close this militia and then we're going to get them out again just to make sure we've got them maxed. And I think we're going to look to fight right here at the top of the hill. And we're also going to pull out our retinue. Now, remember, our retinue, we don't want them to actually engage directly. We only want to be using our retinue. Look at that, 14 more coming through right there. A little bit more regional wealth. We only want to be using our main polearm militia, because with the retinue, if we lose any of them, we won't be able to call them back out again because they cost treasury. And it's a bit expensive. All right, so let's get ourselves a nice little formation in here. What are we? We're thinking something like this. I don't really like in the trees. We will be fighting downhill as well. And I think we should be in line of sight here from the tower. So this is a great little spot. Now, when it comes to our retinue, maybe we can hide them. There you go, let's hide them. The computer surely doesn't know where we are. We can hide them just around this side. And now let's stand our ground. Maybe get a little bit of a chant going. I'm excited. You're excited. Let's do it. Let's speed it up. I'm ready. You know what we're actually going to need just before we get down to business? We're going to need... where is she? She's over here. We're going to need a corpse pit. You know, you want to know why we need a corpse pit? Because we're going to be winning this. We're going to be throwing a lot of bodies into the corpse pit. So let's get a head start on that. Because well, look, we don't want to count our chickens right now, but I'm pretty sure there's a few eggs that are going to be hatching today. All right, things are looking good. Things are looking up. I'm confident about this. I'm feeling good. I'm looking good. I'm smelling good. And most importantly, I'm looking good. Have a look at that. The king is out. The king is about. Inspecting the troops. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is the retinue. The king's retinue right here. Look at you lads. Very fancy. Now, these guys are fully geared up. They've got helmets. They've got shields. They've got their sidearms. They've also got gambesons underneath. Or I don't think they've got plate armor just yet. They may have plate armor. I'm not 100% sure. It looks like one of them's got plate armor. Maybe two of them have got plate armor. And then we've got our lads over here. These guys are your standard, your run-of-the-muck guys. But look at this. They've all got beautiful pole arms. Every single one of them has got pole arms. And what is that? Is that a polearm? I don't know if I authorize that as a polearm, but we'll allow it for now. You know, when it comes to military weapons, they've all got such specific names. Like even just the length of a sword, and you're like, nah, that's not a katana, bro. That is clearly not a katana. That is way too long to be a katana. It's like, okay, sorry, didn't mean to offend you. Anyway, that's not a polearm. You know what? It probably is. It's probably like a class of items. All right, not too long before they get here. Let's speed this up. I'm ready to take them down. Now, just remember, when it comes to these fights, they do last a really long time. Oh, are they coming in at a bit of an angle right here? They could be coming at a bit of an angle. I don't see them. It's okay. Expect them somewhere from around here. So, where are they going to be coming? They could be going towards our retinue. We want to avoid them going towards the retinue. So let's get the retinue back. And maybe bring these guys over a little bit. We want them on the other side, like this. Pick up the pace, guys. Pick up the pace. And retinue in the back. All right. Have we spotted them out yet? I still don't see them. There they are! All right. We've located them. I think they're in the perfect spot. We're up here at the top. We've got the coverage. The coverage of the arrow. Do I start dinging the bell? I'm going to start donging my bell right now. Let's go, let's go. I don't actually think that does anything. I think that's just cosmetic. But when they come to attack, surely. Okay, retinue. You guys are coming around the back. Let's go around the back of the church, and we're going to sweep in from the side. Remember, we can't lose any of the retinue. These guys are our special forces. They've got decent amount of whatchamacallit, effectiveness at the moment. All right, you come around to the side here. They'll never know. Are we holding position still? I think we are. Maybe let's just run a little bit tighter of a formation here. Like that. I like this kind of formation. Okay? It gives me a little bit more... You know, I'm feeling confident about these guys. Right, there's the bandits. On standby. Retinue from the side. Alright, retinue. I'm gonna call you down as soon as that charge comes in. Oh! I've heard them. I've heard the screams. Here we go, boys! All right, let's do it. Look at it. Look, we're so ready, dude. We're so ready. I want to push forward, and I want these guys to come in. As soon as those charges happen, we're going in. Retinue. From the side, go. King, get down there. Well, where are they? Oh, we're gonna got the view from over here. Get them, lads. I'm trying to jump. Spacebar does not work. All right, we've got the polearms. Anyone who doesn't have a polearm, that's an enemy. This is a bandit. Now, I don't know how many people we had. How many do we have? 19 inside? We've got a fair amount of defenders, but where are the retinue? Oh, retinue! We don't just look at them get in there, you silly billies. Look at them go, dude. They're just like, yeah, all right, we'll help out. We'll help out. Retinue come in from the side. Looks like, remember, these are our special forces. Oh my God, you're stealing, dude. That's a lot of money. Right as we're attacking, that's when you go for it. Yeah, typical bandits. Typical bandits. All right, now we've got to be careful with these retinue. I don't want to lose any retinue here. And we can see at the moment, there's not really a whole lot of fights. There's a 2-on-1 here that's happening at the moment. I think we're doing pretty well. We've got good numbers. I'm just going to leave them. I'm going to let them play out. And if we lose a retinue, then so be it. We'll try and work through it. But I tell you what, this is going pretty well. I think we've got this. We have definitely got the upper hand. I don't know if we're firing down with our arrows. I can't see any arrows coming through. So I don't know whether that's actually doing anything. But look at that. We've knocked them all out. And we didn't lose a single pole arm. We have survived. Every single member of the community lives to see another day. Congratulations, lads. I tell you what, that is how you do it right there. Not only that, but we have got plenty of supplies to take us into the next months of winter. Things are looking up for us in this world. That is for sure. So we've defeated the bandits. And now we just, what do we do now? Now we just go live our lives, Thomas. Now, come on, Ott, let's go back to the communal oven. Let's go get you some bread, boy. And that's exactly it. That's what we want. All right, so I think from this point here, so we've defeated the bandits. We need to keep our polearms. We need to keep our militia. That is like #1 rule that I learnt from our last playthrough is we're not getting rid of this. In fact, if anything, we're just going to be adding to this. We're going to be getting more polearm militia through. Maybe even just making them stronger might be a good idea. So I'm thinking maybe we could get helmets I don't know if that's going to work. We probably need to do a little bit of research before we do any more purchasing and just make sure that we're buying the right things. But happiness is looking good. We're going to be thinking about adding in some more families soon as well. So if we take a look, we've got a family in here. We've got families in here. Okay, so there's still one house, 2 houses. How many houses have we got? Looks like 2 houses. We've got 2 houses before we start reaching Burgage Plot level 2. Now, to get to for these Burgage Plot level 2s, what's going to happen is they're going to be very upset if we don't have ale. So we're going to need ale. On top of that, we're also going to need an upgraded church. So I'm going to have to work out where we're going to pull some stone from. I've got a suspicion on where that might be. On top of that, we're also going to need to get some clay roof tiles and some planks. So I'm going to go ahead and start on the planks. We've got our saw pit right here. So let's go ahead. Actually, what's everybody doing? Let's do a little bit of a stock take right now. How many people have we got in the trading post? 1. Corpse pit. Let's put a person in there potentially. Where is everybody? Okay, we got 3 out in the logging camp. That'll explain a lot. So 38 timber. How much have we got firewood? We're doing very well on firewood as well. So let's get rid of you 3. Absolutely perfect. And we've got 2 in the manor. We can't get rid of them. We've got the granary that's here. Saw pit. We've got 1 that's going in there. We'll put 1 in the granary. Storehouse. You can stay in there. We've got our tanner, who has now tanned all the leather. This is, I'll tell you what, man, this is looking good. And now let's focus on we want up to 20 stone. So I'm going to go ahead and order 20 stone. So we want to export. No, we want to import. And we want 20 stone. And it's not going to cost us too much. At the moment, we've got 46 regional wealth. Should we look at keeping that regional wealth? Maybe we should look at keeping that regional wealth just for the moment. Because we don't need to... We don't need to spend this right now. Like, obviously, we are going to need... Let's just put this back to 1. And let's think this through. We don't want to go spending our money just yet. Let's think about clay, though. We're going to need clay. So there's a clay deposit up here, 151. So that's definitely something that we can look to get into. So I'm going to put the mining pit on top of the clay. And we're going to pull this down. And we're going to... Wait, are we... Yeah, all right. Let's do it. We're going to come across like this. I tell you what, not the nicest house if you're living right next to the iron deposit. That's a rich iron deposit as well. So they're going to be going all night. But maybe we can think about grabbing that iron and then converting some of that into slabs. And we can actually look to put an indefinite or a deep mine onto that, which will create indefinite iron from there. So maybe we can look to do that. You know what? I've talked myself into it. I think that's a good idea. We're going to cause migration here. Oh, okay. Hold on. Oh. They're not going to migrate that far. Oh, they are rich, though. We don't want them really to migrate. Is there a way that I can possibly get rid of this road? And what if we just put this down? God tier. Absolutely amazing right there. We managed to connect it. Now, if I run a road through this, I think it will force a migration. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to remove it, and we're going to run this road all the way around the back. That's how much we appreciate and love these deer. These deer, they matter a lot to us. Without these deer, we wouldn't be getting through right now. These are some tough times. So let's go and get a second person out there to kill more deer. So we've sorted out our direction with regard to the clay as well as the iron. Now let's think about how we're going to... Oh, that's not the button I wanted. Now let's think about how we're going to actually turn those into resources. So I'm going to start by turning our iron ore into iron slabs. So let's go ahead and drop one of those down. So I think we could put it just right next to the house. Kind of sucks if you live next to this, but, you know, it is the way. That's going to take 2 timber. On top of that, we're also going to be looking to go into clay tiles. But for that, we're going to need stone. So I'm going to need 5 stone as well as the 20 stone to upgrade. So I need 25 stone. So I'm going to say I need to import 25 stone. And that's a mandatory thing. There's no 2 ways about it. I wish I could keep my regional wealth, but the reality is we just got to spend it. We got some really good approval ratings at the moment. Have a look at this. We are doing very, very well for approval. And this is a big part of just, you know, not going up to level 2. As soon as we go up to level 2, that approval rating is going to shoot down. But that's how we're going to continue growth here. And speaking of growth, we could probably look to throw a couple more burgage plots down. Wouldn't be a terrible idea. So I'm thinking we might throw a road down. That was not how I was thinking of putting down a road. What do you have against going this way? So we'll put a road down like this. And then we'll look to add in a couple more burgage plots along the edge like this. And I think we might double stack these guys up. So that'll be 8. How many can we get this way? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I do like the aesthetics here, but we are going to want to move into specialization soon. So I think going into double plots is going to make a lot of sense. And having big backyards, not really necessary, but from an aesthetic perspective, it is very nice. So I think adding in those extras will be lovely. All right. Well, so far, so good. I'm happy with how this has worked out. We've got a decent direction for where we want to go. Let's look to try and get our bloomery up. We also, on top of that, we need our clay furnace. But, of course, we need to wait for our stone to come through. So once our stone comes through, it's just going to be one trader. And we can actually track where he is as well. I can go have a look. Oh, there he is right now. Look at that. We've got, I don't... What did you say to me? What did you say to me? You know what? Judging by your face, mate, you say anything you like to me. I'm going to let that one slide. He does not look happy. Well, look, he's trading stone on the back of a donkey. Or is it a donkey or a horse? Maybe it's a horse. 25 stone. Thank you very much, sir. That is, you know what? I'll be honest. That's kind of crazy that I can just pull that in whenever I want. I can just be like, hey, I want stone. And they're just like, bring it in here. One. Now, obviously, I've set up a trade route. But, like, I got to sell the stone when I didn't need it, and now I'm bringing it back. And I guess that's, you know, that's capitalism, baby. That's how it works. You know, welcome to the real world, Drongo. And look, you're 100% right, but at the same time, it's kind of broken. Yeah, that's capitalism, bro. You got an iPhone, right? It's broken. You know what? You've talked me into it. I think this whole trade thing might actually be good for the economy. All right, let's speed up a little bit here. We've got ourselves the bloomery. We've got our clay furnace going. Our mining pit, I was going to call it our pit mine. Our mining pit is on the way. We don't have a migration just yet, so we need to be careful of that. New family's just moved into burgage plot level 1, so I think that's probably here. Actually, now that I think about it, that might be 2 families moving in. No, we've still got this one that's free. Okay, and that is fortunate. There's no way, we can't do any expansions on this. So construction finished on the bloomery. Still need to do this mining pit, so let's get that one up. So how are we going to do this? In fact, we could even just look. Okay, so this is iron slabs into tools. We could convert iron slabs into weapons. That's another option that we could take. But I'm kind of tempted to put iron slabs into tools and then just sell all of our tools. Do we just become tool traders? Maybe that's it. Maybe I just become a tool trader. Because tools are, like, insanely good, man. Look at this. 6 export price. That's insane. That's wild. I can't believe we didn't get that trade route through earlier and sell the existing ones. Oh, man. Have a look at this. 76 approval rating. We're flying to the moon right now. Okay, mining pit is online. This is a rich mining pit as well. So remember, this is going to very quickly go up. Now, we could just sell. Actually, I don't think you can sell iron. I don't think you can just sell raw iron. So you have to smelt it first. And then, so we'll put one person in the bloomery as well. It does require fueling. So we could look to move into into charcoal eventually. That could be an option for us. We can remove you from the corpse pit. Don't need to have you in there anymore. And we can remove you from the wooden church. New family has joined the burgage plot. So that's going to be this burgage plot right here. Yes, it's Fritz. So Fritz, he's just a husband. He doesn't have a wife. Well, I mean, technically he has a wife, but she goes to another school. Poor Fritz, dude. It's just Fritz. It is just Fritz. Poor Fritz. You know, we've had a few legends so far. There's been the legend of Ott. Now we've got the legend of Fritz. Well, Fritz, congratulations. You can help out. Fritz, let's throw you in the clay furnace. What I mean was, like, let's throw you in. Sorry, Fritz. Get in the furnace! Poor Fritz. Oh, gosh. Now, I just realized if we've set that back to no trade. So if we take a look at upgrading this, so we still need 10 planks and we still need 10 clay. Do we really not have 10 planks yet? The saw pit is going ham, but we've only got 5 planks. I tell you what, when it comes to the saw pit, so many times I'm looking at it and I'm like, you blink and it's like 400 planks. Like, bro, come on. I didn't even get a chance to say no. It's just saw pit things. All right, so we're moving forward. How are we doing here? It looks like we're starting to build up some... We've got quite a bit of leather in here as well. So I'm going to go ahead and throw somebody in the tannery. We've still got one in the granary, one in the tannery, and one in the storehouse. So things are going very well for us here. How are we doing on our construction materials? So we've got the stone. We've got blocks that are coming in. Yeah, iron slabs. So that should be showing up here, right? Or is that not blocks? Is blocks different from slabs? Oh yeah, here we go. Iron slabs. So I don't know what blocks are, but we've got iron slabs. So we've got 6 iron slabs. So now I can build a blacksmith and turn them into tools. Or if I've got a level 2, I'm pretty sure I can turn them into tools at a greater rate. Enables production of tools, spears, and sidearms. Converts all inhabitants to artisans. Where is it? Enables the production of helmets. Because I'm pretty sure the blacksmith's workshop is more efficient than the smithy. But maybe I'm just imagining that. So I'm going to go ahead and put the smithy down. I reckon... I want to put it right here, but it won't let us. I think it's too big. Slightly too big. So we'll just put it down over here. Do we need to start thinking about upgrading our storehouse as well? It's 53. Storage. 40 out of 500. Dude, I'm going to be honest. We're not getting raided nearly as much as that first run through that we did. We are so cool, calm, and collected in this run. This run is so chilled out. I don't remember. When was the last time I got raided? I thought that was us getting raided. Just then I was like, oh no. Bandits hit 12 deer, or 12 steaks, 6 leather, 7 tools. That was a long time ago, man. That was like at the beginning of winter. All right, so clay furnace now coming online means that we are going to have tiles coming through, those clay tiles. So if we take a look here at the top, roof tiles, we've got 0 at the moment, but that is quickly going to start spiking. We've also got those tools, which we are going to be able to make, so I'm going to give a high priority to this. 82% approval rating. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a great town. You would love to live here. Please come here, bring your trash, bring your trailer, and there we go. That's our first family now moving into Burgage Plot level 2. Now, when this happens, we're going to have Fritz. Fritz, did they kick you out, Fritz? No, we got 2 Fritz. Look at this. Just when they thought you could only have a single Fritz in the city. And look at this. He's just, you know what? I feel like they kicked Fritz out from there and they put him into this one. Poor Fritz, dude. Whoa, whoa. Why is it all green? Oh, smell? Why is the smell overlay coming up? Get out of here. Okay, so, checking in though, we are on. Yeah, we still don't have any roof tiles. What's going on over here? Clay furnace? Wait, oh, you know why we don't have any clay? Oh, we never put any people in the mining pit. Why didn't you guys tell me? Oh, Lord. I can't believe it. All this time we had nobody in the mining pit. We've just had Fritz in the clay furnace like, give me the good stuff. It's not really Fritz. We've actually got the Margaret in there. But they'll have it soon. They'll have it soon. And the smithy's coming up. It's all coming together. It is all coming together. The trade network is coming online. Smithy is now here as well. And you know what I'm thinking? Like, we're going ham on this. I'm going to put 2 people in the mining pit, 2 in the bloomery, 2 in the smithy. We're making tools, and not only are we making them, ladies and gentlemen, we are selling them. Have a look at this. We are going to go into tools. We're going to establish a trade route, and I'm going to export all tools to the great world. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for this part of Manor Lords. Oh, Lord. What do we need? Hold on. Just wait. Unassigned families needed for construction work. Construction work? Okay. You, sir, from the tannery. That's enough. You, sir, from the storehouse. That's enough. And you from the granary. That's enough. All right. That's enough clicking for me today. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this episode. If you've got any tips, leave them down. If there's anything you'd like to see, let me know. And of course, I'll catch you guys on the next episode of Manor Lords. This is the hardest difficulty. It looks like we might have a little bit more luck this time around.